In every century, a hero is born, a man who stands when others fall, who carries faith like a sword and justice like a crown. They call him Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi, the Lion of Islam, the defender of Jerusalem, the man who made even his enemies bow in respect. Welcome back to Islamic Kids TV, where today we journey through the life of a man who proved that true power lies not in how much you conquer, but in how merciful you are when you win. When we talk about great conquerors, names like Alexander the Great, Napoleon, or Genghis Khan often come to mind. But all of them conquered for glory, for land, for their own names to be written in history. Salahuddin, however, conquered for Allah. His victories were not written with greed, but with faith, justice, and mercy. He was born in 1137 in the city of Tikrit, the same night his father was forced to leave it. It was as if destiny was preparing him, not for comfort, but for greatness. Young Salahuddin didn't dream of swords or empires. He dreamed of knowledge. He studied the Quran, Hadith, and the lives of the Sahaba. His teachers described him as gentle, humble, and deeply pious. But Allah had chosen him for a greater test. The Muslim world was divided, kings fighting kings, cities turning against each other, while the Crusaders from Europe had taken Jerusalem, the city of our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's night journey, Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. Salahuddin began his service under Nur-ad-Din Zinki, a just ruler who dreamed of uniting the Muslims. Salahuddin was loyal, quiet, and humble, never seeking leadership, never desiring fame. But his honesty and intelligence made him stand out. When Nur-ad-Din saw his potential, he sent him to Egypt, where corruption and weakness had opened the doors to enemies. There, Salahuddin showed what true leadership looks like. He restored justice, he helped the poor, he brought scholars together, and he reminded the people that victory does not come from numbers, it comes from faith and unity. Within years, Salahuddin united Egypt and Syria, and the Muslims, for the first time in decades, stood under one banner, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Then came the call that changed everything. Jerusalem, the blessed city, still under Crusader control. Salahuddin raised his sword, not for revenge, but for honor. He once said, "I will not rest until I see Jerusalem free and its people safe." The year was 1187, the decisive Battle Hattin. The Crusaders marched under the hot sun, proud, thirsty, and confident. Salahuddin's army surrounded them. He blocked their water, and when the moment came, he struck with strategy, precision, and faith. The Crusader army was crushed, their great cross was captured, and the road to Jerusalem was open. When Salah al-Din entered the holy city, people expected blood, fire, and revenge. Because when the Crusaders had taken Jerusalem, they had killed more than 70,000 Muslims in cold blood. But Salah al-Din did the opposite. He forgave them. He allowed the Christians to leave in peace. He reopened Masjid al-Aqsa to prayer. And for the first time in nearly a century, the Adhan was heard again in Jerusalem. Even the Crusader writers were shocked. They wrote that the Muslims' mercy shamed our cruelty. That is what made Salah al-Din great, not just his victories, but his humanity. His greatest enemy, King Richard the Lionheart, admired him so much that when Richard fell ill, Salahuddin sent him his own doctor and fruits from Damascus. Their battles were fierce, but their respect was unbreakable. Richard once said, "If all the kings of the world were like you, Salahuddin, there would be peace on earth." Salahuddin's life was filled with victories, but also deep humility. He slept on the floor, he wore simple clothes, he ate what his soldiers ate. And when he passed away in 1193, they found that he owned nothing. No gold, no palace, no treasure, because he had given everything for Allah and for his people. His name still echoes today in the streets of Jerusalem, in the hearts of every believer, in every child who dreams of justice. Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi proved that you can be powerful and still be merciful. You can be a warrior and still be kind. You can fight for your land and still forgive your enemy. That is true strength. Remember his story, because the world needs more Salah al-Dins, men and women who stand for truth, who lead with faith, and who bring light where there is darkness. Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi, the Lion of Islam, a name that history will never forget. Thank you for watching Islamic Kids TV. Remember, true greatness does not come from power, but from faith, mercy, and justice.